Coach, I guess just what are your overall thoughts on the game, just the situation of struggling against Texas, coming into this one without one of your better players, and just the way the team performed in the opener?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we played really well. I mean, when you think about defensively, holding North Dakota State to 30% in the first half from the field, and then overall 33% shooting. We had a goal of trying to hold them to 5 threes or less. That was written on the board. It was talked about all week. So I thought we did a really good job defending the three. Need to get a lot better defending the star player and them to understand how successful we've been over 3 years of defending the other team's best player. So area of concern, I thought Nelson in the second half got going. He's a really talented offensive player. He's got an incredibly bright future. And we couldn't stop him in the second half. And so we've got to do a better job of understanding when we play against a star to try to shrink the floor and dig a little bit better. Because I thought Nelson he was really, really good offensively for them.
Any update to be had for Nick and his status here moving forward?
Nope. I mean, we just, we'll get ready for the next game, and that's all we can do is continue to try to get better. Obviously, roles were really shuffled in a short amount of time, and we changed starting lineup even today. All week we've gone with a completely different starting lineup. 2 new guys basically in the starting lineup at shoot-around. So, we put Ricky in there at the last minute, and I think it really benefited us.
Ask the players about this, but points in the paint, plus 20, you guys just attacking the rim. It looked like a replay of Europe. Can you talk a little bit about that as a strength for the team and moving forward with that?
Yeah, and I thought we had good shot selection too, Kevin. I didn't think that we forced shots. I told the team, like, really North Dakota State's defense is it's compact. It's they don't cause a lot of turnovers. You look at like how Las Vegas NHL team plays, and they're kind of the same way. It's like a prevent defense almost. And so we shouldn't have had 11 turnovers. They were at least 9 of the 11 were self-inflicted, probably all 11. But I thought we did a really good job of I'm shocked that the free throws attempted were 23. I'm utterly shocked that North Dakota State, who's a team that took 21 threes, got to the foul line the same amount as we did, when our game plan was to try to be really aggressive in transition and getting to the rim. So I guess the most shocking thing is 23 to 23 in free throws attempted against a team that also took 21 three balls.
Yeah, Eric, the exhibition at Texas didn't go well for a lot of guys, but specifically with Trevin, what was the biggest difference in him in that game and then tonight? Like what changed? What was different about him?
Yeah, I just think every game, takes on its own identity. And I mean, it was no secret. I told everybody that it was going to be eye-opening when we went to Texas. And to be honest, it's partially why we scheduled the game, because this team needed to see what it's like to play against a Power 5 team that's really, really physical and play a game on the road against a team that's probably a top 10 team in the country. And we're a really young team, and I don't know how many years Allen's been in. I just know that I remember him when he was at Utah, and it's what we needed. And I remember Marcus Carr playing at the University of Minnesota. I don't know how old they are or whatever. I just know that our young team needed to see that. Our guys leave when they still got a lot of eligibility left, but those guys that's an older crew that we played, and I think that's what we needed. It was a heck of a lot better than playing an exhibition game at home. We got to try to figure out what it's like to travel on the road, and hey, we got our behinds. I mean, it was a bad loss, but we had really good practices since then. I thought he was really, really good offensively. Think he's going to have more of an impact defensively than he did tonight. I thought Nelson did a good job of attacking and getting into his body. We can't rely on blocking shots. We need to go vertical a little bit better against guys of equal size. We need to be a little bit more physical. We need to hold our ground in the post. I thought that Morgan hurt us a little bit in the first half. We just didn't post front like we should, like we drill every day. So our post front defense definitely has to get a lot better.
Also with Brazil, he had 12 rebounds tonight. How pleased were you with that? I know it's been an issue with him in the past. And what's the key to him, getting rebounds like that?
Well, Hutch, he's a great range rebounder. He has the ability to rebound outside of his area, which a lot of people don't have. We feel like he's got to do a much better job going to the offensive glass. Really impressed with his three-point shooting, though. He's done a really good job of getting his feet set. When he's squared up, with the makeup of our roster tonight, he might have been, might be our biggest three-point threat. And then when people crowd him, he's going to have the ability to beat him off the bounce and draw free throws attempted. So I thought he was really effective offensively. And we're going to need him, to continue to grow his game on both sides of the ball.
I was going to ask a follow-up on Nick. Could you give us any details on when the injury happened and how long you've known that he wasn't going to be available for you tonight?
Yeah, I mean he's like Mike said, and he's injured, and so everything's kind of irrelevant other than the fact that we got Fordham coming in here, and we need to get ready for Fordham, and the players that are available will do all we can to try to have a good couple days of prep.
You said Ricky benefited from being in the starting lineup. What do you think that was, and just what stood out about his play today?
What was the last part of that, please?
What stood out about Ricky's play today?
I thought Ricky was overly aggressive. I thought his energy when he had the ball was phenomenal. I thought he had great bounce off the dribble. Thought he attacked the rim really well. He's really, really good mid-range shooter. And his three-point shot when his feet set, he can make three balls as well. So teams are going to have to guard him at the three-point line, and if they don't, I think he was 1 of 2 tonight. If you don't guard him at the three-point line, he's gonna have games where he makes 2 or 3 threes, and that opens up the rest of his game. But I thought he did a great job of just being really, really aggressive while also not turning the ball over.
Coach, Mekhi Mitchell was there in the starting lineup. Just curious what you thought of his performance tonight.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty good. He did a good job with his back to the basket. Thought he was really effective when we threw the ball into him. When your starting center leads you with steals, he was pretty active with his hands defensively. Got to rebound the ball a little bit better. Our up front guys, Kamani and Mekhi are two starters at the 4 and 5 at a combined 4 rebounds. So we've got to rebound the ball much much better up front than we did with that starting unit. And nothing's set in stone. We could change the starting lineup again, on Friday as well.
There at the beginning of the game, I think y'all had 3 steals in the first 2 minutes. I'm just curious, was that by design there to start super aggressive?
Yeah, I hope that all our teams play super aggressive. We played super unaggressive our last public outing. So hopefully we never see a non-aggressive defensive team again. But yeah, I think after losing the way we did it at Texas in an exhibition game, we probably had to come out overly aggressive for sure.
Eric, how'd you think Devo played? And I know Graham didn't play. Was that just the coach's decision, or was he healthy? Or
he's healthy. He's real healthy.
Practicing well, or
yeah, it's coach's decision.
Oh, okay. And then how'd you think Devo? I know 5 turnovers probably. But how'd you think he played?
I thought he played really good at times and sometimes Devo-like, where, you know, he tried to make 2 spectacular plays, and just the simple play will do. He had 5 turnovers, and you know, right now what we need from Devo, we need him to score. We need him to be a scoring combo guard. Him and AB are both going to have the ball in their hands. You know, but the turnovers, when your team only has 11 and one guy has 5, that's got to get cleaned up, because he's our most experienced player. And we need our most experienced player to control the game and limit turnovers, which he's perfectly capable of, other than when he gets, you know, tries to make something happen out of nothing. So, but I thought, you know, look, we needed his 18 points tonight. We got to have some assists too. I mean, he's too crafty not to get other people a few easy baskets.
Talented Ross, we're not having your go-to guy, Nick. How'd you think everybody responded, and how concerned? I mean, are you concerned about his injury? Or are you confident he'll be back, you know, in a reasonable amount of time?
I mean, I'm concerned I'm concerned about a whole bunch of things, Bob. I mean, I'm concerned about AB getting banged up, and Brazil's back there. You know, I don't know what he's grabbing or whatever, but he's hurt some way, shape, or form. So. But we'll be fine. I mean, we just got to next guy up, you know, whoever's healthy on Friday.
What do you think about Jordan Walsh, and just what do you feel like you need to see from him going forward, and what kind of role he can have on this team?
I mean, Jordan's a really talented player. I haven't watched the film, obviously. I don't staying out of foul trouble. It's first. I don't know how many times he fouled on loose balls. I've never, you know, I don't know how to help him with that, because we needed him tonight to not foul out, and so that's got to be an area on loose balls of understanding when he can gamble and when he can't gamble. I thought Jordan, our 2 exhibition games, was really, really good for us, and tonight I thought when he was in the game, you know, he provides us. He's a really talented young player, you know, and so we, you know, unfortunately in 18 minutes you can't foul out against North Dakota State in 18 minutes, and you've got to understand when to gamble and when not to gamble. But he's a young player who will continue to figure that out, because we were down a player, and so we need everybody to understand that we need you to be available.
I know we talk about shooting a lot, but did you think that Trevin's 3 that he hit, the first one, kind of opened things up for you guys offensively and was a turning point?
I thought the turning point was the student section being sold out, because I thought the student section was awesome, and I think that anytime you're at home and you make a big 3 and the lead is in double digits, I think it can certainly help, you know, create momentum. But yeah, I thought our student section was a player of the game.